Hello, I'm Joseph Wargo, and I'm going to read you a bedtime story. This week I got a library card at a volunteer library called the Makiki Community Library, and I checked out a couple books. One I got was this copy of the I Ching, which I've been reading a different copy of earlier this year, and I really liked it, and so I picked up that just to kind of do some more readings of it. But tonight I'm going to read to you from this other book that I picked up. It's called African American Folk Tales, Stories from Black Traditions in the New World, selected and edited by Roger D. Abrams. And the story I'm going to read to you tonight is called Buh Nansi Scares Buh Lion. In the African storytelling tradition, there was a character named Anansi who was usually depicted as a spider. I've actually got a picture of him right here. And from what little research I did, I found out that he's an African folktale character. He often takes the shape of a spider and is considered to be the spirit of all knowledge of stories. He is also one of the most important characters of West African and Caribbean folklore. He is he's kind of the equivalent of in African American folklore of Brer Rabbit. He's the trickster who uses his cunning and cleverness to outwit other animals. So in this story, it's him and a lion, and they are vying for a house. And without further ado, Buh Nansi Scares Buh Lion. Buh Lion and his wife had 8 children, and once upon a time he decided to build a house because he had too many children for the one they were living in. So he started. But Buh Nansi saw what he was doing, and he saw a chance for himself. He's such a selfish person, you know. So for every board put on the house, Anansi came at night and put up another. When Lion put up one board, Anansi would go and put on one too. Lion went to feed his cattle, and when he came back, he thought that something strange was going on. He asked his wife, "What is happening here? I find more boards than I put up myself. Girl, haven't you seen anything?" She said, "What?" He said, "Well, I put on one board and go away and come back, and I see that there is another one next to the one I put up." Anyway, that went on for a considerable time. For every board he put on, he counted the number and went away. And Anansi always sneaked in there and put on one more. Finally, Anansi saw that the house had gotten to the stage where someone could live there, and you know who that was going to be. So one day he picked up his fiddle and went into the house. As Buh Lion was coming into the house, Buh Nansi started a song out on the road, and everybody started to sing and dance with him. "I killed 10,000 lions yesterday, lions yesterday, lions yesterday. I killed 10,000 lions yesterday. What do you think about 10 today?" Now, when Lion heard that, he got a little worried because he knew Buh Nansi was a clever fellow, and he thought maybe he had found a way of capturing lions and eating them. Lion went to the house. He yelled out, Buh Nansi, you having a fun time, man?" He said, "Yes, Buh Lion." Lion said, "But, Buh Nansi, with all this music you are playing here, you must want something to drink. You do drink rum, no?" Nansi answered, "Yes, man." Lion said, "Well, man, I'll send one of my children for a bottle. Child," he called. "Yes, Papa?" "Go by Mr. No Names and tell him I said to send liquor here, because we are having a fete." A fete is like a celebration or a festival. When the child went off a little distance, Lion followed him and said, "Child." "Yes, Papa?" "Wait there at the shop. Don't come back, you hear?" "Yes, Papa." He was worried that Buh Nansi was going to eat all his children. So they sat there waiting for a considerable time. Finally, Buh Nansi got restless again and started to play his fiddle. I killed 10,000 lions yesterday. Lions yesterday. Lions yesterday. I killed 10,000 lions yesterday. What do you think about 10 today? Even more worried when he heard everybody dancing and singing that song again, Buh Lion sat down. He said, "Buh Nansi, it's been a while since the child's been gone." "Why worry about that child? Maybe he lost his way." But after a while Buh Nansi said, "Well, what are you going to do?" Lion said, "Man, I guess I must send another one." He called to the next child and said, "Child, come here. Go by Mr. No Name and tell him that child Go by Mr. No Name and tell that child when he comes back I'm going to flog him." He went on, "Go by Mr. No Name's shop. Tell him I sent for a bottle of liquor because we have a fete going down here." When that child got a little way down the road, Lion said, "I wonder why that first one didn't understand me. Let me make sure this one does." So he said, "Child, wait for me." And his child stood off waiting. Lion said, "When you go, don't come back." And this was what Buh Lion did with all the children. Each time Buh Nansi started playing his fiddle afresh, harder and harder. I killed 10,000 lions yesterday. Lions yesterday. Lions yesterday. I killed 10,000 lions yesterday. What do you think about 10 today? Buh Lion said, "Buh Nansi, I'm so angry with my children. I'm going to have to send my wife to see about them because they must be playing some kind of game or going a different way than they are supposed to. She should know where they are." Buh Nansi said, "Well, yes, I understand, Buh Lion." Lion told his wife, "Go and find those children and flog them for me and tell them to make haste home. Make haste to come back, you hear?" His wife set out. He said, "Buh Nansi, I don't feel good about all this. Let me tell my wife once more." Buh Nansi said, "All right." "Oh, wife," Lion said, calling her, "wait there for me." When he caught up with her, he said, "When you go, don't any of you come back." He went back, and Buh Nansi was still playing the fiddle and singing and dancing. I killed 10,000 lions yesterday. Lions yesterday. Lions yesterday. I killed 10,000 lions yesterday. What do you think about 10 today? He played on and on. Finally, Lion decided that he was going himself. He said, "Buh Nansi, this is just taking too much time. I have to go and see where my wife and those children are, you hear? You wait here and I'll come right back." Lion lit out, never to come back. He had to leave the house and give it to Buh Nansi because of that song. So Lion always has to live in the bush, while Buh Nansi lives in the house. And that was originally from a version of that story, I suppose, from Tobago, which is an island in the Caribbean. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story, and sweet dreams.